fuck it. There we go. Gonna file that off. One beat video without you, bud. Or you, Kimi. Alright. Whoop. Gotta leave that in there. Finish it up on the Saiga. SEMA Magpul MOE knockoff. Significantly cheaper. Quite sturdy. It'll get the job done for, you know, airsoft and whatnot. I already started chipping away at it. We're gonna actually take the Dremel route and clean all that up. The main thing is getting that to fit in there, significantly smaller, not your standard AK, and just kind of clean that up in there. Are you worried about taking too much off and having side to side wobble? No. The reason for that is this rib right here actually hugs the barrel quite well. Not the prettiest, but just got these two prongs right there. Oh, sorry, not the two prongs, but I took out some of that, leaving this little edge spot. Nicked a little right there, but still fits in. Just tapped it in, slides on. I can't do this one-handed. Okay, tapped it on. It sits just right before that rivet. Well, I mean, screw. Actually, I could probably take off. Nah, we're gonna leave it. Side-to-side play is non-existent, and it's actually fairly straight, so mission accomplished there. Next step is to just get this leveled off and then fill in the space right there. Which, yeah, we'll figure it out. Probably use some bolts. Nuts, wow, sorry, use some nuts onto the bolt and then tighten it down and just make a little, yeah. Cool, so that should be straightforward. It looks pretty freaking sweet. Now, why did I go with the SEMA handguard versus an actual Magpul one? Magpul one has a heat shield in there, which you got to rip out and all that. I got this thing for 13 bucks. It was overseas, so I had to pay for the overseas shipping, but other projects in line, it was just adding that to it. So I figured that was going to be the easiest, which in all honesty, it was. Hold tight. Tap it. So what you gotta do is completely remove the front right here, and how this is gonna get supported is we're gonna drill a hole right there, matching the hole over there. Sorry, threaded hole. And then just use a couple of nuts to act as a spacer. Anyway, so you take out the whole front retaining part. You do need to widen this out a little, just a little. And then you need to completely take out the back strut or supports right here. And then, like I said, this little lip that normally slide into your AK receiver, being nice and wide, you need to narrow it down because the Saiga is ridiculously short. So that's what you need to do as far as that goes. I don't know how the Magpul one goes because you have that heat shield integrated in there, so you probably got to rip that out and all that. The barrel, obviously, Model Life for 12 gauge is a lot larger than a 7.62 by 39. So, yeah. All right, gonna find out if or what type of bolt we need, and then get some nuts in order to make that. I'm going to figure out a way how to do this without causing too much. Yeah, I got to make this one shot. So, yeah. Now, if you're just as curious as I am of how I'm going to get that blind hole there without doing too much math and whatnot, calipers. I referenced the middle of the set screw right there to the actual threaded hole right there, and voila, we're just gonna do that, and that's roughly where it should be. And then we will, what up, Kane? It's actually Kimber's brother, legit brother, dude. All right, I'll give you some loving, good boy. All right, anyways, so got our reference there, set this down. Drill it. Before we do that, we're going to center punch it so, you know, we don't mess things up. And all right. Yeah. I am happy to report that was dead money. Right on. Cool, so now all we gotta do is just set the level and then add the bolts. Let's see if I have a spacer. Not bolts, nuts. I have not had enough caffeine today. And then, yeah, we're gonna call it good. For me, it's gonna take a few minutes just to kind of get this, but for you, it's gonna be as easy as, and there we go. It did take 3 nuts. I don't like flagging myself, but I kind of have to. Come on, focus. To take 3 nuts to get nice and level. Wasn't sure, I just kind of stacked them, sat them, and then just get my finger right there as I tightened it. Sorry, I got post-nasal drip like a mother. Anyways, gonna thread lock that. Other than that, it is, the only thing rattling is the dust cover, but this is nice and solid. Now, other options. I have seen someone use a Remington 870, or I don't know if they use the MOE 500 version of this, the one that goes onto the shotgun forearm or action lever. I did not like that idea. It called for taking an aluminum stock piece, going into some grooves that were already somehow set up, and then just putting the tang in there. It looks solid, probably more solid than this. My biggest issue is that it took out your entire bottom rail, which kind of makes it a moot point. Now, am I going to run a foregrip on here? Probably not. This is just to get me close to that Battlefield look. Battlefield 3, that is. Which, yeah. Now, they do sell the Battlefield 3 forearm, again, overseas. I think Octagon Airsoft sells it. I'm not paying that much in shipping and on the forearm just to get that in. Again, $13. It's not the actual Magpul forearm, it's the knockoff from SEMA, but it does get the job done. It's nice and solid, and I think I will mount my light there whenever I play my night games again. Yeah, it looks really, really sick. I'm so happy with this project. I was tempted to go with wood furniture and whatnot, just because my actual AK runs all that. K2 grip. I'm not a stranger to these. I used to run them on my AR-10 builds. For my DMR, medium to shorter on the long range end, just because I like I like the grip angle for a shorter stock, and I like to keep my rifle tucked in when I'm at the bench. For this, Warsaw style stocks are notoriously short for us guys and girls over here on the anyways, for this side of the planet. So having that short stock with the angle of this grip really works out well for me. Other than that, I already showed you guys cutting down the barrel. The last thing I'm going to do is add a red dot sight to this shotgun rib. I prefer that method. I know I kind of talked about it earlier about the ability to fold this thing, which I know how to do it, I'm just not really looking to do it. Check out the other vid. But I don't want to add the weight of a rail mount right here. And I don't really want to have that. I don't know. I feel like it would disturb the lines too much. I've already seen a picture of how that red dot looks, and to me, it's just perfect. So that's going to come up next. But for right now, this thing is done. Can't wait to take it out to the field. I think the only thing else I'm going to do, finger shot, is I'm going to probably end up painting this plum. Not going to do the grips. Not a fan of painting something that's supposed to look aesthetically pleasing. That's going to end up wearing off. But I'm going to paint my mags plum. Just, again, something to make it mine. I don't really care about standing out as far as, like, I don't need to be a speed softer, but just a little touch of, like, oh, hey, that's Dusty's rifle. That's Dusty's shotgun. You know, kind of that thing. Anyways, can't say how much I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Oh,